From CNY Central, this is CBS5 News at 11 with Michael Benny.
Good evening, I'm Dora Scheidel. Michael's off tonight. You're watching the only local newscast to give you the biggest stories of the night and the first alert forecast right off the top. After a cloudy day, can we look forward to some sunshine soon? Meteorologist Mike Brookins is here with an early look at your forecast. Mike.
Boy, that sure would be nice, Dora, but we may have to wait until going into the weekend to see very much. We are expecting a storm system to move in the next 24 hours. This is quiet, though, for tonight. Mostly cloudy sky there. You see the Staley Loft Sky Watch live over the city of Syracuse. We'll confirm it here with live triple Doppler radar. No precipitation. We're at 36, but look for this radar to screen to get filled up with snow in the next 24 hours. First, it's going to come into areas well to our east and southeast tomorrow midday, early afternoon, and it could be towards the evening commute for here in Syracuse. And it's primarily a snow event for tomorrow night. Most locations, no advisories. There is a winter weather advisory starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for Otsego County. 32 at the start of the day, mostly cloudy in the morning, and then some flurries or snow showers start to develop. Little accumulation during the day with a high of 37. Dora?
Thanks, Mike. At 11 o'clock, these are the top 5 stories on CBS 5 News. A big night and a big win for the SU men's basketball team after a 3-game losing streak. The Orange beat DePaul 78-57. Tonight was the final home game of the season and the last Big East game in the Carrier Dome. It was also senior night. What a way for the seniors to celebrate their time at Syracuse than with one final victory on the Hill. Several firefighters and a police officer are being honored tonight for saving the life of a little girl after a fire broke out in Utica last month. Our Tom Eschen was at the ceremony in Utica and has details still ahead. After a fire destroyed the Burger King in Tully last month, investigators now have a cause. Fire officials say an accidental mechanical fire in the ventilation system above the restrooms is to blame. Smoke could be seen from miles away, and many of you sent us pictures on Facebook. The restaurant had been there for more than 23 years. Despite all the damage, one of the owners is hopeful about rebuilding. The House has approved legislation that would prevent a government shutdown at the end of the month and protect 300 jobs at the Lockheed Martin plant in Salina. The resolution, which includes $380 million to continue the Medium Extended Air Defense, or MEADS, now moves before the U.S. Senate. It would fund federal operations through September, providing relief for military readiness, veterans' health programs, embassy security, and the FBI. The mother of a 5-year-old boy says her son was roughed up inside the APW elementary school by a group of 5th graders who call themselves the Teardrop Gang. After posting evidence to Facebook, she's demanding answers from the school district, and so are other parents. Our Jim Kenyon has more still ahead. But first, our top story tonight: several firefighters and a police officer are being honored in Utica for putting the safety of a little girl before their own. CBS 5's Tom Eschen has more.
This was the moment of the night, dozens applauding the life of Halima Hajai. But less than 2 weeks ago, Fred DiCarlo carried the limp, lifeless 4-year-old out of a burning building. A heroic act that's still a blur.
It happened so fast. When I even knew there was a video and I watched it, I don't remember half of it. Just everything crashes in all at once, you know. You do what you can do, what you're trained to do.
DiCarlo handed the girl off to Brian Bova, who was in charge of reviving her. For him, saving her was the result of years of experience.
Everybody develops their skills with time, as well as working on calls, doing these calls every day, and you learn from them every day.
And in City Hall, 8 members of the crew were rewarded, not just with a certificate, but with the sight of Halima Hajai with her family full of life.
As you can see, a lot of these firefighters have their own families, and that came into play when they were entering that building with the little girl. They saw their own children in that building and did everything they could to save her, and thankfully they did.
It was awesome. I mean, I got a little girl myself, so can't describe it, I guess.
Catherine Knapp has been a member of one of those families for decades. With her son also being honored on this night, she realizes how special their sacrifice is.
The miracle, and if she didn't have the fight, and if she didn't have the intelligence and the whereas for the firemen to do what they did, she would not be here today, I believe. I believe they saved her life.
Hajai, who was a little shy, shook the hands of her rescuers, an unforgettable moment that would have been impossible without that group of men. Reporting from Utica, I'm Tom Eschen.
New tonight, a man has been arrested in the hit-and-run crash in New York City that killed a pregnant woman and her husband. New York City police say Julio Acevedo was arrested today in Pennsylvania. Police say the 44-year-old was going twice the speed limit in a BMW that hit the cab carrying the expecting parents on Sunday. The baby died as well the day after the accident after he was delivered by a C-section. Parents are outraged about bullying at the Altmar Parish Williamstown Elementary School in Oswego County. One mother says the district isn't doing enough to stop bullying at school. She says her 5-year-old son has been attacked 3 times by 5th graders who call themselves the Teardrop Gang. Jim Kenyon has more on this exclusive story.
Want to kiss Mommy on the cheek?
Today, 5-year-old Kobe Denny spent part of his day drawing along with his little sister and brother. Kobe's mother, Beth Hummel, is keeping him out of school because she says he's been bullied and hurt by a group of 5th graders who call themselves the Teardrop Gang.
Infuriated me. I was angry, mad, hurt. You know, I put my child's life in their hand for that 6 hours, and he was hurt.
Kobe is in kindergarten at the Altmar Parish Williamstown Elementary School, where the sign outside the school asks the 730 students, "How are you showing respect?" But Kobe said he got no respect from a group of older kids when they confronted him inside the school building.
Somehow, I don't know how it hit me, but him hit me over here.
He hit you on the head?
Yeah, but I don't know how him hit me.
Where did that happen?
In the hallway. In the hallway.
Hummel says it was the 3rd such incident involving her son. She was so upset, she posted a photograph of Kobe's bruised forehead on Facebook. Since then, other parents have commented on her Facebook page about what they see as a growing bullying problem at the APW school district. Hummel and her mother said they got no satisfaction when they met with the school's principal.
He was more worried about Facebook statements and what people were saying, and the fact that he had to go from classroom to classroom, teacher to teacher, to actually do his job.
Superintendent Hudson said the so-called Teardrop Gang consisted of 6 disenfranchised 5th graders. He says they have been dealt with. Hudson says the Facebook postings have been raising fear and hysteria among some parents. We're telling people to come to the school and be part of our school. He says they'll see for themselves that bullying is not tolerated. At APW, we're reactive and proactive, he said.
You know, my job as a mother is to protect my child and love him unconditionally, and I'll do whatever I have to do to make sure that is done.
And coming up on CBS5 News at 11, the hunt is just beginning for one woman born in Syracuse, now determined to find her birth parents with a little help from social media. Next, the top story from across the country. It's the big storm, and it's headed in our direction. Just months after Superstorm Sandy, hard-hit areas are bracing for another winter blast. Details straight ahead. And your latest Win Big, Win Often contest is underway. We're giving away 4 tickets to see the Syracuse Crunch take on the Hershey Bears in Hershey, Pennsylvania. You can learn more and enter at cnycentral.com.